Yeah. uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dose up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the movement, make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that death, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly to your veins. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch it close up. Close up, close up, how close up, grams of it. Tune in, leaders of it, close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters up, pounds, get your dosed up, 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 dosed up,
Another Monday night, y'all. Of course, you know what I'm saying. This is Dose. It's my man Lab.
That's right.
It's 8 o'clock.
That's right.
We back at it.
As always.
Yeah. Feel good to be back. You know what I'm saying. Second day back from that adaptation that I had. You know what I'm saying. But this right here is pretty cool. Ah, man, I did a lot over the weekend.
Okay.
So two of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, I pretty much grew up with.
Okay. Was that you went on the trip or they just happened to be around?
I mean, no, they've been around, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, you know, when you be grinding,
Uh-huh.
you know, and they grinding and it don't connect yet, you know, it take a minute for you to see your partners.
Okay.
All right, like ain't nobody on no bullshit. So,
Right,
you know,
okay.
I mean, they ain't really just hitting you up for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular moment, you know, one of them had some music that we did from about 10 years or better ago. You know what I'm saying? Longer than that, really. And so, you know, they were like, man, you got to hear this, you know what I'm saying, just for nostalgia.
Okay.
And also because, you know, that kind of like sparked something in them.
Okay.
To want to continue to do something.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, me, I'm always active, you know, creating something, you know, just to make sure that you always prepared, or you keep your craft as sharp as you can.
Okay.
But let my other partner hear it because he's actually on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
was this
like,
something y'all forgot about? Like this?
No,
Was this a song
it's
that y'all?
just we ain't heard it in so long. You know what I'm saying? And neither one of us had them at that moment.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
another friend that we know of sent it to my partner.
Okay.
All right, so I was like, wow, now I got them, you know, and so I was
Who's
just
gonna release them? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I mean
when y'all
that
gonna
right
release
there.
'em? That's the
Man.
question.
Hey, they actually said
music
that
and never release them.
I mean, because
You got
it
two
can be
nice
released
songs.
now. That okay, so
You
see
got
that's
two nice songs.
that's
you
what I'm
sent me
talking about.
in the DM and
Look.
on Facebook
This
Messenger.
is-
Never
thi-
released them.
This is what I'm talking about, like where I was going with it
Okay.
for this weekend.
Okay.
Like I was like, talking to someone that might possibly be management, or if not management, basically I know what I gotta do, what I'm about to do, and how to do it.
Okay.
So, you know, now it's time to just start executing it. You know what I'm saying? Basically like recondition myself, because the topic is gonna be about conditioning. But get everything that I talk to you, you know what I'm saying, offline and my close people, like just get it organized and started.
Okay.
And now one thing that I know a lot of times when you start getting serious about what you actually getting ready to do, the word that pops out there a lot is you got a deadline, you got a time frame or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, the deadline for the stuff to start coming into play, or for me to start activating and going harder, bumping up and waiting, all this other stuff like what you be saying, is pretty much in September. So with that being said, I already started on gathering up, you know what I'm saying, some of the investment funds, because no matter what I think, it's gonna take some money. No
Of
matter what
course.
somebody telling me, you know what I'm saying. And that's another thing that I was noticing too, like all the things that they were saying that needs to be done, I already have resources or already have done it, or am doing it, or is on the list to get done.
Okay.
Probably even more.
Okay.
So I'm gonna continue to keep doing what I'm doing, because part of the whole goal is when I start sitting down at the table, I won't be a actor or nothing like that anymore. I'll be a media company. All right, then when I sit down at the table with you, whatever, I'm not no rap artist or nothing like that. I'm a publishing company. See what I'm saying? When I'm sitting down, something like that, I could be a model / whatever, but I got a clothing line. You see what I'm saying? So now when you do business with me, you gotta create a bigger budget, because you're doing business with a business.
With the business,
not
right.
a person like that. So that's the level I'm finna get on. So when people keep asking me why aren't things released, it's because once I get ready to do this, then you your own shit. I'm my own label. I gotta pay for everything.
Right. That's
so
true.
I'm getting ready to pay for what y'all talking about. Get a song done, pay for that shit. Go ahead, then get me a video done, pay for that, and then put it on my YouTube channel, and that's under my media company.
Right.
So
Most
you see what I'm
definitely.
saying? Do it like that.
Yeah.
That way, you know what I'm saying, and put it up on Facebook, whatever. Reel some things on IG, like some behind the scenes stuff like that. See, these are the things that I'm learning by basically like listening and reading what you be talking about, and it's there.
Yeah.
And it's in me. You see what I'm saying? But now it's like I have to condition myself to start
Getting into that groove.
and doing these things.
That
It's a
mindset.
lot I gotta get ready to do. Plus, you know what I'm saying? You know, gotta work and exercise and all these other things. So, you know, to write the content, then end up maybe buying the props for it, finding the location for it, figuring out who you want to play the parts in it, getting the cameraman together, and then finally executing it on a day if it's gonna be outside where you can pull it off, or at a location where you don't have to worry about no interruptions, or it's not time limited. Like, hey man, you can only use this spot right here for an hour. Yeah, something, you know. So those are the things that, you know, you got to take into play. But I look at that, that's not an excuse. You can still get it done. So that's where I'm coming from. But you got to understand, like, I've really been kind of conditioning myself and learning all along. Because remember now, I start out behind the camera, like me, well, in front of the camera,
Right.
acting, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still peeping everything that's going on how this whole thing coming together, because I know I write.
Okay.
So I'm acting whatever someone else wrote and looking at it being directed and filmed, but I also do the same thing.
Okay.
So now, I mean, it's funny because I did one before I did this last little skit. 2, as a matter of fact, and showed it to Justin.
Okay.
And they liked it.
They liked
the
it.
only thing they wanted is for it to be filmed in you know what I'm saying, vertically.
Vertical.
So, all right. So the next ones
I
I
mean,
do.
what? Okay. Never
I
mind.
mean, but see, on my channel, I could put both.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It don't matter, you know. But my partner was like, "Hey, man, let's do a short movie and all this," and I'm like, the response I told him made him be like, "See, that's why I want to get you involved, because I know you've been around." I was like, "Man, shit, you finna shoot a short movie, bro. I'm gonna tell you, you might as well try to shoot as much as you can within a 2-week span, because if you don't, that shit might drag out for months.
For months.
'Cause, yeah, you're gonna have to have locations, and the people gonna have to be off at the same time. What days you gonna choose? What's the movie about? You know what I'm saying? All this other stuff." And I done been down that road already,
Okay.
and it took. Well, we had 48 hours,
Okay.
but that's why technically to me it wasn't as good as it could be.
Because y'all was rushing.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And then it was people that didn't know each other, so it really wasn't no chemistry. The chemistry started, it really built after the fact.
Oh, okay.
See-
Okay. Once y'all got to know each other, you got to moving a little bit different.
I mean, think about it now. If you're gonna act with some people and you just met them, you don't know them. So if you're not a professional actor just yet,
Okay.
you see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say because actors do it all the time now.
Yeah, but some actors
Professional
do
ones.
also go out to eat with each other and practice their roles.
That's true.
You don't know
Y'all-
what
I
they
get
be
what you're
doing.
saying. Y'all just came together on the day of filming.
Exactly,
And
like,
start filming.
and some people act, some people don't.
Y'all didn't have no rehearsal. Or
Yeah,
nothing?
some people write, some people don't.
I got it.
You see what I'm saying? I just so happen to know how to write, so I was able to write some things, you know what I'm saying, and improvise.
Okay.
Because, I mean, shit. Growing up, I used to like writing book reports and all this other stuff when it was time to do that. So
Right.
there ain't nothing to just channel lyrics and poems and all this into.
Into another medium.
Exactly.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. So what we talking about today?
Man, like I say, basically, a lot of the times when we talk on this show and we be like, why will people do this? Or the media is like this and that. Or we talking about like stereotypes and things like that, or the programming, man. It could be basically, you know, based off of conditioning, man.
Conditioning, okay.
Yep. And I mean, we've all been conditioned with certain things. Like some of us, and I mean, some things aren't wrong. I mean, especially if you feel like you're living your good life, that's on you. I mean, but like I say, some of us work Monday to Friday till retirement. I think that's like a conditioning. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's not necessarily said who made that up or who thought of that, but I do know, based off when you start looking up the terminologies and when you look up the psychology behind conditioning and basically how to control or behind like positive and negative reinforcements and punishments and reward systems and things like that, or promotion systems at jobs and things, you kind of condition people.
Right.
Think about it. If you got like a particular criteria at the job that you want done, but you ask for requirements, then you know what I'm saying, and and then in order to be able to get to that particular money, these people have to be conditioned to do whatever it is that you asking them to do
What you asking them to do
to get that raise or that bump.
Right.
You know, some of us are conditioned like we like watching seasonal sports.
True.
You know, and we damn near done turned into, some of us done turned into year round because we'll just get the network.
Right.
But still, you know, ain't nothing like when the season hit for certain people, be it baseball, be it soccer, be it hockey, football, basketball, whatever. We just be conditioned.
Conditioned to watch that.
Yep.
And to be a part of that whole thing going on. And let me ask you a question. Do you think when we conditioned to watch, let's say we conditioned to watch football, I guess I'm going to ask, how do we get conditioned to watch baseball? Because I'm assumed that we watch football because we may have played it. It may have been something our dad may have watched, or granddad or uncles now may have watched, and we just got conditioned to watch it with them, and then we just started liking it, or we played it and then it became something. So how we get conditioned to watch other things? Because do you think it's because once that season ends, we looking for that adrenaline again, we just start watching something else?
That, and sometimes too, like I remember growing up, I dabbled and dabbed in like all of the sports for a time. You know, played a little football, played a little basketball, played a little baseball, but it wasn't like I was trying to pursue any of it. But I also saw all of those sports in cards, like basketball cards. I saw magazines promoting. I saw Wheaties boxes and commercials and stuff too. They kind of keep your mind on that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The commercials be year round, or they'll get those ballers and put them in different commercials, like Campbell Soup commercials or something, and then put it kind of like year round. Some of them have cereal commercials, so you see it as a kid in the morning. So year round, you see that, so you probably just thinking about the sport and waiting on it when it comes.
Okay, I get it.
If you into that like that.
Right.
What up, Big Zach? GTO up in there, B.
Let me ask you.
Oh, happy birthday too, man. Happy belated birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Big Zach. You know what I'm
Happy
saying?
birthday, Big Zach.
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
OG status right there.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. When it comes to conditioning, I believe, and you tell me different, I know you're going to read us the definitions of them. I believe that we are conditioned on a daily basis. I believe that we are, in the definition of the word conditioning and being conditioned, I believe that we are done like that all day long, every day.
Well, yeah, I do too, because there's always surveys going around. There's always censuses going around. There's always data being, you know what I'm saying, processed. There's always experiments going on. There's always people kind of like critiquing and shit. Damn, they're just studying. Yeah, there's always studies going on. You know what I'm saying? And with that, it's basically like either how to keep us in control or how to break out the next thing that we may like or we may need.
I think that we are conditioned to a more minuscule level. I think that we are conditioned just in life itself because we have bills.
Yeah.
So that conditioned us to go to work,
Clearly.
to keep a job. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
those little small nuances that we go through every day conditions us to do other things. You know, we go to work. We on a daily basis, not only to go to work to pay bills, but we got to eat.
We're conditioned. I was just about to say too. We're conditioned sometimes now to let other people make our food all the time or grow the food because we ain't trying to grow nothing.
Right,
I guess
right.
you know. So yeah, you know, conditioned. Oh, sometimes I want to spend. You know, they be having when they have sales, Black Fridays and stuff like that.
We're very conditioned
and
to
discounts and coupons and things. You know, but that's not necessarily. But that is considered like certain like rewards because the conditioning has to have something like when we get into it.
Right.
It has to have either, if it's bad conditioning, then you're going to take something away, a stimulant.
Right,
Basically,
right.
they say stimuli. All right, so classical conditioning, man, this is like the type of learning that occurs when a neutral stimulus is paired with an unconditional stimulus that naturally affects a response. And then it's like after repeated pairings, the neutral stimulus becomes a conditioned stimulus and elicits a similar response. So kind of like they use like Pavlov's dogs, then the sound of a bell, which is the neutral stimulus, and it's paired with the food, which is the unconditioned stimulus.
Okay.
All right, so basically I guess they go when they ring that bell, you're associated with eating. You know what I'm saying? That come and get it. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go.
Yeah.
Hey, almost like being conditioned to come on before the street lights went on.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Shoot, when you go to work, being conditioned to go to lunch at a certain time.
yeah, punch that clock.
Yeah.
This definitely conditioned to punch that clock.
Right.
The rest of you ain't finna get paid. That's the first thing I'm conditioned to do. Damn everything else. That's the first place I go
Because
to.
that
is
controls
clock.
a lot of other things.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes it all worth it for
Right,
me. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I'm conditioned to do that for sure. But yeah, you're all right, man. Conditioned to take our breaks at particular times, and damn, they're conditioned to eat quick.
I don't think people really sit back and think about how daily, from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, even when we go to sleep, we're conditioned to go to sleep at a certain time most of the time. So even from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, that all through our day we're being conditioned to do something.
Well, see, that's why, and I'm not gonna get into this much, but because you know we'll go what.
Right, we'll go to the rabbit hole.
Well, not necessarily rabbit hole, but I'll talk all day with the conditioning. We'll talk about like conditioning the body. Because when you said sleep, sometimes there's nothing wrong with sleeping at a particular hour or meditating at certain times of the day. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't condition your body and it's sporadic and like you say, you just working doubles and triples and things like that, and you're not paying attention to what you're doing to yourself, then just because you're conditioned at work don't mean you're not gonna break down.
Right.
So, and like when we were talking about offline, I thoroughly believe in conditioning the body will definitely help the mind. And then that's why a lot of times people say, well, man, I'm woke, or I woke up, or I'm starting to see certain things different, and they break away from some of the norm, you know what I'm saying, or some of the conditioning, like when you turn vegan or something like that, like you ain't trying to eat meat, you're not conditioned to eat meat anymore.
Right.
That's a good one. You see what I'm saying? An example of, you know what I'm saying, breaking away from the norm of being conditioned. Meditating, I like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times people don't take the time maybe to meditate properly. Exercising, you know, can help with breaking from a particular condition, the conditioning. All right. The other form of conditioning though is operant, and this is a type of learning that involves modifying behavior through reinforcement, like increasing the likelihood of a behavior, or punishment by decreasing the likelihood of a behavior. But now I'll give you an example of something that they had, like if you put a cat in a box, right? And let's say they noticed that it took a while, but once the cat learned how to get out the box, if you keep repeating that same process right there, they got out faster.
Right.
That doesn't have anything necessarily to do with the positive and negative reinforcements. but that's another form of conditioning as well. But like basically with this type of thing, if what did they use as an example? Hold on. Okay. All right. So it would be like to increase learning to associate a specific smell or something like that with a negative experience, or developing a phobia through the frightening experience. Something like
Okay.
or
being afraid of heights.
not only that, but like let's say, okay, if that stove is hot, all right, now if you touch it,
You're gonna burn yourself.
All right, so all right, now that would be considered to be like something negative.
Okay.
Or the punishment for touching something similar to that. All right,
But it's
a positive
you not to touch it again.
Exactly, but the positive reinforcement, let's say if something similar to that would be if you cut the stove off and you told someone to touch it. Now you know if it's off,
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But nobody's going to go through those particular extremes. But you'd be surprised when we say experiments have happened in the past, but we ain't going to go down there. But yeah, so
Right.
The reinforcement pretty much can be positive, meaning adding a desirable stimulus, or negative, removing an undesirable stimulus. All right, the punishment can be positive, meaning adding undesirable stimulus, or negative, removing the undesirable stimulus. So I see what they mean by that. So an example is, it says a child cleans a room to receive a reward, which is positive reinforcement.
Slick says, but we teach our kids not to touch the stove. But I believe that teaching is conditioning.
Exactly.
That's, to be honest, it is.
So a student that stops talking in class to avoid detention, that's negative punishment, meaning the detention is negative punishment.
Right.
So that's why they want to stop talking. All right. So as you see, man, well, okay, definitely we gotta enter a situation or an environment, because conditioning also, involves environment. If you go to prison or jail, that's definitely a way that you get yourself conditioned. Seriously,
physically and mentally.
But believe it or not, joining certain organizations too, and what it may
Freemasons.
And some just even them Omegas and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, those fraternities.
They make them have to get the hazing and all that other stuff, whatever they go through, whatever they pledge, the secrets that they keep. What up, Furious? I see you done popped on the line. Yeah,
that's the way to get them conditioned too. All the rituals that they have to go through when you go in them fraternities and them secret societies and secret organizations is a form of conditioning. The what they call it,
and it's some punishment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they say when you break that and fall out of line.
Right. When you fall out of line,
break that. But okay, so something that's not that harmful, but we like we say, you in the environment or conditioned to do the holidays. All right, now, man, sometimes on your thread, man, you see folks saying if these holidays and this and that, man. How do you feel about that? Like, man, do you just participate in just for nostalgia and like not necessarily trying to get too deep in the roots behind it all? It's just a time to try to at least be peaceful.
Yeah, I see it as a time to make the people close to me a little bit, and a little bit happy. I feel a little bit happy when the holidays come around. It's a part of what I grew up with. I've been conditioned to enjoy this time of the year. I'm not gonna go really deep into a lot of it, but it was a time when I was young, when all the family got together. You remember those times, and those times are hard to get, some, especially nowadays with everybody being so spread out. But it's just a time just to try to relax, to release. Just let the stuff of the world go and be with the person that love you and you love them, and y'all exchange a couple things to show your love and keep it pushing.
And that's the thing. Like, I think there are some things that are conditioned in us, but I mean, sometimes you just let it be.
Yeah, you just let it be.
But I guess you have those that be. It's no matter what you say, it like they don't want to conform to it. Right. But
they've been conditioned not to conform to it. I mean,
they have reconditioned themselves.
They reconditioned themselves.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, don't make it negative for someone that hasn't. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it to yourself. because there's still something that you can do that's peaceful on that day. If you just a peaceful person anyway, you really ain't necessarily stressing about trying to make it bad or negative for someone else anyway. You just be like, all right, well, it's just a day I got to just chill and, you know.
Slick says, so teaching learned and inherited traits are a form of conditioning to a degree. Yes.
It just depends on what kind of, not necessary. I mean, it can be.
Right.
Yeah, because, but it's like,
you learned the trait and
are
inherited the trait from
there
constantly
methods behind these teachings?
Right.
Because when I'm saying conditioning, there's a method. Like there's a method to this programming that we watch.
I'm gonna give you a good example of learned inherited traits being in conditioning. My great grandmother used to eat fast every morning because she had to get out the door and go to work. And as a trait of that being conditioned to her eating fast and getting out the door, I eat fast. I've always eaten fast, and that's just because sitting there with her, she was like, "You got to go, we got to go, you got to get to school, I got to get to work," and she would eat fast and. Even if I try to slow down sometimes. It's just an inherent trait. I was conditioned that way. Now, if I would have been my other grandmama who took her time, probably chewed her food 100 times before she swallowed, I would be that way. But I was conditioned the other way because I was with my great grandmother a lot more sometimes, especially during the school year, than I was with my grandmother.
So, I hear you. I look at it like a way that we can all be, or we all fall under some of this conditioning is, like I say, with that being desensitized, and you have to be conditioned to a degree or not. But it's not like we're getting any. I guess the reward is our entertainment because we want to be entertained. So this is what how they gonna put the program on us, so we condition. We like it.
Right.
Our reward is more of it.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's all good. Seriously.
That's true.
And like when we got into or offline, I was talking about how the video games.
Right.
All right. Well, you still got some people right now that played the first Madden that's about to play the Madden that's coming out now. So honestly, would you look at that as an addiction?
Yes.
Okay. So that was part of what the conditioning was, to make the game addictive. I feel like each year, you know, they feel like they may be rewarded because it's more that they can do with their player, or something like that, or they a song that they like on there, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or they get to maybe somebody make 99s all across the board, something like this. It's gonna be something, you know what I'm saying, that they feel like
they buy every gaming system to play that game. To play that one game sometime. You hear people all the time like, I gotta get that Madden 900 because I need that PlayStation 900 to play it. You know what I'm saying? Some people only buy the video game console just to play that game and to see the new graphics. But I'm gonna give you another good example of conditioning. You know, I think, like me personally, like the cell phones and social media. We were conditioned to have that in our hands and to be on it all the time. That's why it's so readily available on our phones. So they can condition us to be on it all the time, which drives more data, which drives more advertising. So we are conditioned to it. I mean, right now, I think I'm addicted to social media, especially Instagram.
Hey, well, you're absolutely right. We definitely conditioned nowadays because you can probably go to a family event and you'll see everybody looking down at the palm of their hand down there, rather than interacting
on the
with
date,
each other.
in the restaurant, all that.
But I see my man Furious said something, and this is true, and I didn't think about that. People be living vicariously through these games sometimes. Because remember, some people maybe played college and necessarily might not have gone pro.
We talked
or
about
played
that.
high school or something like that.
Right.
They're like, hey man, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I used to run this, and they make themselves.
I was gonna say they make themselves into the game with their name.
That do that. Yeah, exactly. So you're definitely right about that, Furious man. I definitely know somebody that has he actually used me as a character. So as a player, you know what I'm saying? So hey, but I do want to touch on this because this is part of operant conditioning, and it's like the law of effect, pretty much, which is theorized that behaviors arise as a result of consequences as satisfying or discomforting. And so that's kind of like repetitiously doing something, or if it's uncomfortable, you learn from that to stop.
Right.
So,
Okay.
what else were we talking about? Let's see what I want to
So they say look at the new computers, like the new PC. Like a lot of people get addicted to the games on PCs now. You know, PC gaming is a real big thing now. It's always been a big thing, but it's real big in the last 10 years or so. PC gaming is a big thing.
Well, I think
this PC we got over here is a gaming PC, and it's
I think one of the main things behind that, honestly, is people are probably at home. And you see, they ain't got to go nowhere. I think a lot of people that be on some of them, like when you really look behind it, I ain't gonna say they don't necessarily have no life, but if you on it, let's say 24/7, you trying to conquer all these different levels in this games that everybody else don't really be playing. I mean, you kind of a hermit to me or something.
You think so?
Yeah, man. Like, and man, you all on the on your headset talking to people all overseas and stuff. Like, you don't get out much.
Yeah.
Like, you don't interact as much in person as you do as you're comfortable online.
Oh, that's social media too.
Hey, man. Well, you know. But some of them aren't putting themselves on social media like that.
That's true.
They just interact.
They just on the game.
And you can't necessarily see them.
Okay.
Or you're right, though, they may interact on social media, but it may be through a lot of memes or just videos or something. Or posts other people say and stuff like that.
Right.
And then show maybe what they buy or what they wear, but they ain't really on it like that.
They
don't
face
really
not
see
on
pictures
there.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's still, you conditioned in if you're going to be on there like that all the time. I was just about to say, like, what are some conditions maybe that we got used to that we don't like?
We got used to. You said it earlier. I think you said it offline. Work until we die,
or retire.
But I think a lot of us, I don't. We say retire, but the cost of living goes up so much.
Yeah,
and we don't have enough money to make ends meet. That most, I mean, you have people 85, 80 years old working still. And it's not because they didn't have good jobs in the past. It's just that they depleted all their savings now for the future because the cost of living is so high, maintenance are so high, rents are so high, mortgages are high, gas is high. Like, I mean, they say right now to retire comfortably, you probably need about $4 million saved up.
Hey, I mean, some people just gonna continue to be working,
right?
Bro. Like,
right, but we're conditioned to work. So,
but see, I don't think they plan for a lot of us to be at the retirement age.
Right.
Like, it's so many things.
They've raised it. No, it used to be 65. I think they raised it to 70 now.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah,
please. A lot of us aren't even making it to that.
Right.
So, I mean,
and people talk about saving for the future, saving for your retirement. How? So we are conditioned to work till we die. We're being conditioned to work till we die, I believe. And
so this is basically definitely an instance where you have to adapt to the condition.
And I want one more thing. I believe we're being conditioned to work to have and own nothing. That when we die from working ourselves to death, that we have nothing to show for it. And that's I know a lot of people look back on their stuff and say, "Oh, I got a nice car." But literally, when you die, you have nothing. The car's not gonna be yours. I mean, you have nothing. You have nothing to pass on. So by the time you die, your son ain't gonna want that 35-year-old car. What do you want to pass on? Wealth, money, legacy, all that? I'm gonna have to. I would like to pass on all of that, but right now I'm gonna have to pass on knowledge. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Right. Just knowledge to try to do better than what I did, and not to struggle as hard as I have. So then, and I've had retirement funds. If that's the case, if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna pass on some money while I'm above ground. You see what I'm saying? But I know you got some contingencies so that they gonna get some money, man. Man, come on. Right. But on the grand scheme of things, yeah, I feel you. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to help that happen now. Like, isn't it? It's like, the funny thing is some of these people are making wealth with their kids,
and they're not passing on wealth because they're building wealth with
their kids.
So
right.
obviously, it's going to be there when they're gone. You see what I'm saying?
And in the influencer age, the kids, some of them are making the wealth for everybody.
Exactly.
I mean, you think about the kid who was doing the toy reviews, and he was making $27 million a year, and he was like 8 or 9 years old.
Toy reviews.
Yeah, he was just doing toy reviews on YouTube.
Hey man, I remember going to Lionel Playworld and Toys R Us, man. We didn't have no cameras or nothing like that to put on us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nothing like that to turn on us and walk down the aisle and look at all this and that and make money off of, man. You know.
But people are being conditioned. Children are being conditioned to be influencers and social media stars now, because if you go to these like Baby World or something, I forget what it's called, but they have a influencer kit now where you can get a little play phone, a little play camera, a little play microphone, and you could start from baby on up of teaching them how to be an influencer. I think it's ridiculous, but some people, there's a reason why it's out there.
I mean, they sell you anything nowadays, whatever you want. So, and it doesn't always have to be learning material that you think is educational. It's just, man, like, and why would you want that? But that's why now, I mean, and that's why I'm like, parenting is
very
definitely
important.
the key.
Right.
Yeah, because you already, if you condition, man, you definitely know you gotta help. You know what I'm saying? At least have enough sense to be able to curb your child from what they can be exposed to now, what people can be trying to sell them now, what they see on TV and the internet, even what they're hearing on the radio.
Right.
Like, and we're conditioned to that, meaning like, well, beauty of that, you can always turn the radio off. But I mean, I remember like it be the song that come on and you like, man, this ain't got this ain't, man, this suck.
Right.
Next thing you know, you learn the lyrics to it because it's on every other hour,
and it's got a catchy hook.
Yeah. So
think about this. I did a post about attorney commercials on these urban stations. Think about the jingles that they throw out on the accident attorneys. All of them are catchy. We remember them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're being conditioned to remember them.
Or see, here we go, conditioning the reward for calling them. How much money they say they gonna get you in a settlement and stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they want you to be triggered to call them immediately.
Right. But they also want you to remember who they are. So they throw them jingles at you, and you keep them in your head because it's a song. They say the quickest way to teach a child ABCs and learn something is put it in the song.
Yep, man. So I do have. It says like what? It's 4 of the reinforcements and punishments that I can read.
Okay.
Positive reinforcement occurs when a behavior or response which like results in a desired stimulus being added and increases the frequency of that behavior in the future. Example: if a rat in a box gets food, when it presses a lever, its rate of pressing will go up. Press the lever was the positively reinforced. So a negative reinforcement, it occurs when a behavior is followed by removal of an aversive stimulus, thereby increasing the original behavior's frequency. Example: a child is afraid of loud noises at a fireworks display, and then they put on a pair of headphones and they can no longer hear the fireworks. The next time the child sees fireworks, they put on a pair of headphones. Putting on headphones was negatively reinforced.
Okay.
All right. So positive punishment. All right. Occurs when a behavior is followed by adverse stimulus, which makes the behavior less likely to occur in the future. This one is a child touches a hot stove and burns his hand. The next time he sees a stove, he does not touch it. Touching the stove was positively punished.
Okay.
All right. So negative punishment occurs when a behavior is followed by the removal of the stimulus, and the behavior is less likely to occur in the future. When an employee puts their lunch in a communal refrigerator, it gets stolen before the break time. The next time the employee brings lunch to work, they do not put it in the refrigerator. Putting the lunch in the refrigerator was negatively punched. So now they're gonna put it somewhere else.
They keep it in their desk.
So basically, like, they just adapting, to be honest with you.
Right.
All right. And the last one, this one says, okay, this said, well, that was 4. But this says extinction right here. And this is a consequence strategy that occurs when a previously reinforced behavior is no longer reinforced with either positive or negative reinforcement. During the extinction, the behavior becomes less probable. All right. Occasional reinforcement can lead to an even longer delay before behavior extinction due to the learning factor of repeated instances becoming necessary to get reinforcement. All right. So the funny thing is there are people that actually go by all of these things when they watch what's going on with either animals or humans.
Okay.
Whoever they decide to put through, I say models. You know what I'm saying? And they can use this though. All right, think about it, like sometimes when they might want to pitch a new TV show or something.
Okay.
And they go get a group of people and they have them sit there and watch.
Okay.
And they see and they ask them what did they think and stuff. Exactly.
What could change?
Or before they even do the damn show, they may have a think tank of people and be like, what kind of show should we do? Or whatever.
Right.
All right, so now these people are usually trying to figure out something maybe that we're going to like. Or something that might condition us to watch it. So they probably gonna go maybe along the lines of some other things that we've seen before, or what are the characters they think that we might like or we might more than likely relate to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, like, people use methods, maybe even when they used to do, let's say, music videos or album covers.
Most definitely album covers. You
Oh,
most definitely
shit.
have a cover.
Even when you
back
DJ.
back in the days, we don't have as many album covers as we did back in the days. When it comes, I know when it comes to DJing, but I knew which specific albums I wanted to try when I was DJing with records back in the day by the album cover.
See, okay. Hey, but like now, you can condition behavior with colors and stuff like that too. That's why that's why they have the candy at the checkout lines and stuff like that. You know
Most definitely. Oh, most
and they
definitely.
have the brightest colors. You know, they have a lot of things that are kind of sweet, or like I would say the cakes and the little Debbie snacks and all that other stuff. They mainly be like eye level.
Right.
Near
Always.
above, yeah, man, because you looking like you see them, you know, they don't never really be down low where you know, unless you on the aisle with all of that, and they have to stop, you know. But other than that, when they around other spots, they but this is conditioning. And the funny thing is, man, I used to have to condition the store. Conditioning the store was basically bringing everything up neat. Putting all the same item behind each other,
right,
where it's supposed to go, making it, and it was so that it looks appealing to the customer, or so that you want to shop, you want to buy,
right?
Because you'd be like, man, look how neat everything look, and believe it or not, it do look neat, man. When I got through with that aisle, man, it looked neat, man, because everything was stacked perfect.
It makes you want to buy more stuff when you feel like the area is cleaner.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what was funny. While I was doing all that, you'll still have somebody come through and put some shit in the wrong spot.
Oh, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of.
I'd be like, man, now I gotta take this, condition it again, but it's alright.
I can see you doing the aisle and
like I'm Picasso
and making everything straight and beautiful and got everything in front, and I'm gonna reach all the way to the back of that line and pull out something that I want. Just because I feel like the stuff in the back been touched less.
Let me tell you something. The freshest stuff is at the back.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're right.
Yeah,
you're right to go to the back.
I tell people that all the time. The freshest stuff is at the back. So they don't believe me.
I used to stop so stocking, and then the conditioning is part of the stocking at the end.
Uh-huh.
But when I stock, you rotate. You're not gonna put the new stuff in the front.
Right.
You're gonna put what you want to get out the way that you already had on the shelf first.
Try to sell
and
the
then you're
old
gonna put the other stuff, the new stuff, in the back.
Right.
So yeah, man, you know, when I used to shop at the when I shop at the grocery store,
Uh-huh.
or shop when I used to shop when I know like they first putting things out
Mm-hmm.
or something like in the morning, they'll catch it that way. I'm gonna go to the back anyway, no matter what time it is now.
Right.
But you definitely get that fresh stuff or the fresh produce and all this other stuff.
And
Like,
from the back.
sometimes- Yep.
Most of the time, it's from the back. I don't know
Yep.
why people don't get it.
Now, I tell you this: it's a difference between getting something from the back and getting something off the bottom. Cause dust and all that other shit settle
Right.
at the bottom,
Bottom.
and then that bottom is weight on that.
Well,
So
I
you
think-
might get some in the middle.
I think
Something
stuff
like that.
like fruits and vegetables and stuff that's at the store. I think that a lot of times they don't shuffle that. They just, when they get the new fruits and oranges and stuff, they just pour the new stuff on top of the old stuff. 9 times out of 10, because if you look at the old
Well-
stuff on the bottom, it's usually swiveled up, and the good stuff is on top. So they don't take the old stuff out, put it in the box, and put the new stuff in, put that on top. They just dump it on top of there.
Not only that though, but most people I see are actually conditioned to them look at their fruit first. They be like, you know what I'm saying? I observe what I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, I look at it too.
And now you got to start looking at the dates, the expiration dates for sure, and really what's in it.
I'm conditioned now to smell like oranges. And
Yeah.
stuff. I was a lady who was in the store with me one time. I was getting oranges and she was smelling. I said, "Why you smell? You know, black?" I said, "Excuse me, man, why are you smelling them?" She said, "If they smell like oranges, they okay. But if you can't really smell them that strong, they probably not no good." So I started smelling the oranges.
I mean, I would think you would be able to smell your orange. Can you smell your grapes and apples and all that other stuff?
But
too?
you can taste those, and you can look at them and see if they brown.
I had some
The orange has an
freshness.
orange, like a she let me smell one. It has a strong orange smell when they just right.
So, do you go to your markets or do you go to the grocery stores?
I go to the grocery store. The markets are usually more expensive, and you know why that is, right?
Because they grow that shit down
No.
there. Why?
Generally, the markets are the farmers markets and stuff are usually more expensive. See, people think that people are conditioned to think that just because they grow it, it's more expensive. A lot of times, it's not. It may be a little bit, but it's a lot more expensive because the market is only selling that one item, whereas the
Okay.
store has several items to offset the cost of that one item. So they can reduce the price of that one orange because they have other things in the store that they can help reduce that price with. Whereas the market only is selling oranges, so they can only they gotta get the maximum
you
amount
right,
out that
you right, you
orange.
right. But let me tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you what the market does do that I like. That's pretty good. They'll bundle some shit for you though,
They will.
and you can get. And it's really for you to be week to week, or every 3-4 days anyway.
Right.
And technically, I don't necessarily mind that because you want to be able to eat your fruit and vegetables and get it over with because they don't really have that lot of shelf life when you take them home. To be honest with you, unless you freeze
That's what I
them.
was just about to say that.
So, and with that being said, man, like imagine having to keep going to the grocery store, and buying all that separately. I'm saying that because I'm thinking about I got a market at the hospital as a matter of fact, and they sell things down there 3 days out the week or whatever like that, and they be bundling up stuff. They got like the family bundle and stuff. Be pretty good, man. Like
You gotta eat that stuff right away though.
I mean, but
You
you
can't have it
supposed to.
in the refrigerator a week. It's not
No,
long.
but no, listen. See, hold up. That's why I like talking to you, Lab. You can do some things though, like make smoothies out of them and freeze them. You can juice them. You can sometimes I forgot what some people do. They be making puree out of them or something like that.
That's true.
But they do things and put honey in them and stuff like this to try to prolong it and preserve it some. Because you're right, like,
Lemons. They put lemons on
That
it to
too,
preserve
yeah.
it. Keep it from
You
turning
know-
brown.
Yeah, because once you get that fruit, man, and the vegetables, you just gotta eat them quick.
We are conditioned to believe that fresh fruits are better, but actually they say fresh fruits are good, but frozen fruits might be better.
And why would they say
Frozen
that?
fruits and vegetables might be better because they're flash frozen right at the point where the nutrients are saved within the vegetables and the fruits. So they say that we're conditioned to believe that fresh fruits are the best. But you get what I'm saying? But flash frozen fruits and vegetables typically are better because for one, they have a longer shelf life, so you'll have to keep going back to the store. But for two, they're frozen right at the point of freshness, and the nutrients are within those fruits and vegetables. We're conditioned to believe otherwise.
So, all right. With that being said, I just have to go buy a bag of frozen fruit and read what's on the back of it, and see if it's a preservative or a chemical added to it. And then I'm like, well,
right,
fresh fruit. This is what you put in it when you growing it. So,
but fresh fruits can have pesticides and stuff on it too.
Yeah, but you wash that off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then I look at it like, okay, fruit has been grown since before pesticides existed.
Right.
So you can have something fresh without necessarily having to have it touched.
I don't disagree. Kimmy Latrice. I'm sorry, Kim. She does the Atlanta podcast, the Real Atlanta podcast on Mrs. Ray. I'm sorry. Kimmy Latrice says, I'm a farmer's market girl. Fresh. If you are eating it right, you won't have it in the fridge for a week.
Okay.
So
I like
she agrees
that.
with you.
You're right. Because you ain't very much. I mean, I'm telling you, like, if you hold on to them things, man, the temperature basically in the refrigerator ain't really right for it, from what I've been noticing too. I mean, you think it's cool, but really all you doing is just storing it until, because if you keep it in there, what you think gonna happen to it?
Right.
So obviously it's like, think of it as a rose damn near. And once you have it in the water for a little bit, and then after a minute, then boom, it's just like your fruit. Once you plucked it from its source, go ahead and try to eat it. And that would, man, eat that thing if you can.
Right.
If you got a bag of apples, try to eat it within a week. No more than 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because you want them nice, hard, crisp, fresh. You know what I'm saying? I can't
We done
stand
got
no
out
soft ass. Yeah.
Let's go back to conditioning.
The
I
conditioning.
can't say no soft ass apple or orange.
Nah, we can't. Okay, so actually, I actually use some conditioning in parenting. Some of these methods. I use the reward. I didn't have a punishment system. I had a kind of like a coaching system. So okay, you don't need a punishment system if the reward system is always intact, because what you do is you just don't offer a reward for certain things. You know what I'm saying? But what would it be? Once I saw, let's say, my daughter getting pretty decent grades or good grades, then I was like, hey man, I tell you what, if you just treat school like business and keep this going, then I'm gonna treat it like a business transaction. So for all your A's, you get like $50, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
$100 or whatever. And so, okay, that's the reward. All right, now I guess punishment would be you didn't get it. If you didn't get your A's, you didn't get $50.
Okay.
So, but think about it is, nobody's gonna be upset. Like, I wasn't gonna be upset. And she was I mean, she would be upset, meaning like she didn't get the money, but she wouldn't be upset, meaning like her feelings hurt personally because of something we
She
just
knew
like.
the outcome.
Yeah,
She
like,
knew what the
it'd be
risk
like, hey,
reward would
that
be.
B look good,
Right.
but it just don't get you to 50.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But hey, you know, you get it next go around.
Let me ask you a question. We're talking about conditioning. Do you think public school systems in this current state conditions kids, because they say school is the gateway to prison, like it's part of the prison industrial complex. Do you think that the public school systems, in your own opinion, this is all opinions, these are all our opinions, are conditioning our children to go to prison because they're taking all the arts out, they're taking all the learning out, they just
I think this
we line up to go to lunch, we line up to go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that's the case?
Oh, sometimes I haven't seen a lot of teachers, you know what I'm saying, recently, like since my daughter graduated or whatever, but I think you need some people that can relate a lot to teach some of these students, and they probably won't try what they try on some of these other teachers.
Right.
Also, you need parents, man, to send their kids to school that won't want to fight no teacher. Like I ain't never seen nothing like that.
I'm
like,
not talking about just the fight. I'm talking about the curriculum, everything within the public school system, not just the fighting. Because I believe that the
Yeah.
fighting is a problem it's a home issue that they need to address from home first. Because even as mad as I used to get at teachers, I never fought one. I don't think my children has ever fought one. So that's a home. I know my children have never fought
Yeah,
one.
exactly,
That's a home
exactly,
issue.
yeah.
That has nothing to do with the school. That has
Yeah.
more to do with whatever the child is dealing with at home, and that they're bringing that to school. Now the school may can help if they can figure out what the problem is at home and how can the school help. But I'm talking about just the school curriculum and the whole school complex in itself.
I look at it like, okay, no, not really. Because look at us. We've been through that. We ain't in prison.
Right.
I look at it as sometimes the teachers, the individual as themselves. Like you can learn more than just book knowledge in school, man.
Right,
Like,
right.
a teacher can put you onto life lessons. A teacher could pull you to the side and be like, "Hey, young man, I see you. You know this, that.
You
let
draw
me show you
well,
about
you
some-
should go to this
some-
art."
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or let me put you into stocks or something like that. Or have you heard about this organization or something like that? Like a school used to be like that too. You know, it's a resource ground too, man.
Right.
Like shit, my daughter used it and came up. So I think a lot of times, like you said though, it's the parents, man, they gotta let their children understand what the school is about and what the teacher can do for them. And then you gotta have some people that just I think a little bit cooler, a little bit more streetwise and more relatable to teach these kids, man. Or else what's gonna end up happening, man, they're gonna fold these schools up.
Yeah,
And just try to homeschool or something or do it
or
online
just
or
private
whatever.
schools. You know, they want to
Yeah.
fund the private schools. But I was just wondering because you know you hear a lot of people say that schools are conditioning our children to go to prison. I don't necessarily believe that in its entirety. I believe that you should have a little bit more extracurricular activities. Like you shouldn't take the you have the STEM, the math and science and the reading and the arithmetic and all that stuff. You have that stuff, but you also need other stuff like home economics. You need art. You need like I had drafting in class because I like to draw, so I did drafting, which is part of architect. You need those other things as well to offset just the learning part. But now it's just all learning. There's no extra, like you don't go to drafting, you don't go to wood shop or mechanics.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
my
Like,
thing
the
is-
vocational stuff is gone.
Man, that's why we need people to invest in the community and have places where kids can go and draw. Kids can go and boot up some music or something in peace, but the kids that you say, like the ones that are steered towards jail, them the ones that ain't even going to school anyway. They don't even be making it to class.
Okay.
So, or they going to school to bang on somebody, or they can't go to school because they know they basically trapped. You go to school and your ops gonna come straight there. You stuck basically because they know that's where you at. So, but I mean, I do agree with you. Like the home ec and all that other stuff can help, but what happened to the mindset of the people to try to produce it for them then? If the schools don't, like, we can't just be the type of people, one, conditioned to give up, or conditioned to think the government, or we gonna vote somebody in for all of our ideas. And problems.
Right.
When if you sitting on money, man, put it up and think of something and get some people, like-minded people to do it. Like I look at it like, remember like the 100 Black Men and stuff like that?
They still exist.
Okay, so I be like, man, they got enough clout by now to be able to have a facility. Like, look how you have a Masonic Lodge and stuff like that. They got them. Why people can't have a facility, kind of like how, what's that organization? The Boys Club.
Okay. Boys and Girls with YMCA.
And that stuff like that too. Them youth organizations like that. Oh yeah, it's plenty YMCA's on the east side. It ain't hardly none on the west side though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Daycares on the west side, but ain't no YMCA's or nothing like that, or no places for.
I know it's a Boys and Girls Club on the west side on
I think
Bankhead.
yeah, I seen
going
that.
towards North Side Drive, but
I see that.
other than that, I haven't seen many.
But now, are there spots like I say that people can, where let's say you can open it up and you even invest in like having people cook there and cater there. You know what I'm saying? Like you supporting each other as you do this, as you show these kids, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, there's kids in there that can draw. They draw the flyer for this person's catering company or something, and then you shoot them a little something on the side. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that. So, and are we conditioned not to do that?
That's true. We are conditioned. I think that
We be conditioned to give out turkeys all the goddamn time. Like that's gonna solve
bicycles at
everybody's
Christmas
problems.
and
all the
bicycles
time.
at Christmas.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Like, okay, man. I seen Nino Brown do it. All right, great.
Look, people need a lot more than turkeys from Thanksgiving.
trying
I
to
agree
tell
with you
you
100%,
they do,
but they
man.
are
Like-
conditioned to think that that does everything that needs to be done at that particular time.
Man, look here. Some of the turkeys be raw.
Right.
And these folks ain't got nowhere to cook them.
Oh, they ain't got no lights. Or like
That's
you
what
could
I'm
take
saying, man.
that turkey money and probably pay a few light bills and water bills and stuff. That might be more of a blessing than the turkey would, but people just are not conditioned to think that way.
Or ask them, are they okay with some do they have all the money for their medications if they have medication? You know what I'm saying? Not to be intrusive, but sometimes that could definitely help, especially
Right.
if they need that. You know what I'm saying? We all, like we say, I mean, we our mind goes to the simplest of things.
It's the easiest.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely with you on that. We can change some conditioning with, like you say, having or we both said having a location where you can do the things that you used to do in school. Man, I miss the physical education class, the art classes, music class, man, where if you wanted to pick up learning an instrument, not that I wanted to,
Right.
but they had that option, bro.
Right, and
You
you
could
want-
turn that down and go to Wood Tech.
Right.
Damn, man, like it actually makes something though. Make you some belts and stuff like that. Or you could have gone to home ec and learned how to cook. Sometimes they had sewing classes in there too.
Right.
I remember that. And I'm gonna tell you how that definitely helps, because we also had to have computer classes back in school back in the day when the computers, because we didn't know how to use computers when they first came out. That's true. So we had to have classes in our schools to learn how to use these things, man. And it definitely helped. But it didn't, you know, I mean, I don't really care about computers as much. So, but I at least know how to use my cell phone.
Right.
Right. Without having to take a course on that. Nowadays, hey, they just use YouTube.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? That takes the hands-on out of some school. YouTube tutorials ain't always it, man. You know, because you're looking. I mean, it do help a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
But you looking at someone else do it. But imagine a kid needing to do something, and you're right there showing them how to do it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
a little bit better. Then they can do their own YouTube tutorial to show their friends.
Yeah.
At
Works
least-
out better, doesn't it?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
It works out.
But at least you know what I'm saying?
But we're not conditioned to look that far down.
Well,
We've got to be told that we don't just think it automatically.
But see, that's the thing. Like a lot of the things that we talked about in previous episodes are leading to this conditioning, the utopian society that we talked about, robots and stuff. Okay, now we getting conditioned to understand that some of these Teslas can drive themselves, right? And then you got that Waymo or whatever. Okay, that's driving around
by itself.
You know, so
You got food being delivered by robots by themselves.
I'm trying to tell you, if that ain't being conditioning, what is?
We already being
And it's
conditioned to
this
stay
new
in the
stuff.
house. That's what Divock was. It
Well,
was
now,
there was to
look.
stress test the system, see if we would stay in the house. That's why movies come on TV so fast now.
Check this out, though. What did you used to do with pictures when you had them back in the day? You put them in a little book and you kept them at home for your family to pull out when you wanted to look at them. Now we conditioned to put our face pictures and all this stuff up online damn near
Right, and say,
every
go
day.
to
Look at me, look
Facebook.
at what I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
We conditioning to do this.
Right.
But we weren't conditioned to do that at first.
Right.
See, so now I see that maybe remember when I asked that question, what are some of the things we conditioned to do now? Yeah.
Right.
These are some of the things that like you thinking, now that you think about it, I think it's kind of like subliminally we just slip right into this.
Yeah, and we don't even take the pictures off our phones. Now we're conditioned. We're so
Keep it up
conditioned
there,
that we're
Mom.
scared to even take the pictures off our phone. So if we lose our phone, we lose all the pictures. And we got somebody who does a good job of getting their pictures off the phone and printing them out is Sleek. She prints out her picture and she keeps them in
Yeah,
pictures,
okay,
the
okay.
the
That's
photo
cool.
albums.
I mean, and you know what? I ain't done that. I don't even have, man, it's a lot of pics in these old phones I had,
Right,
man.
right.
They just gone, man. I don't have digital cloud, none of that.
Right.
But I look at it like, what I'm gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying?
They memories.
Yeah, but memories are only as long as you're here.
Right, but they no.
I'm saying,
No,
but I can
no,
pass
memories are
it
forever.
for as far as me
when it comes to that picture,
yeah, you be able to see it at some
and
point.
your
Like,
daughter can look at it, your grandchildren can look at it and be like, oh, that's grandpa. Oh,
if
telling you.
if you don't lose the source of what you have it in.
Right, but that's an if. We're talking about.
I know, but I'm just saying,
You're
there's
saving
been-
them. You're gonna.
I
save
mean, yeah,
them.
but it takes effort. It's been taking effort to
Take
do
no
that
more
nowadays.
effort than what you do every day.
But shit, me to track these Polaroids down and stuff like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
the
in my
the
old
part
phones,
of.
I can't even. They be cracked and I can't get. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not saying the physical part of getting the picture. I'm talking about the part of saving the picture
What you
for
have.
posterity.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you make
See,
more.
Slick say, but they teach your kids about you and your family.
They can look
pictures.
at this. They can go online and do all that now.
If online goes down,
Yeah,
we're conditioned.
okay.
That there you go.
Oh,
You're
I think this gonna
conditioned
be
to
online forever.
right. You're conditioned to think that the grid is gonna be up forever when
Well,
it probably's not.
So
It's probably gonna get overloaded with all these AI data
So,
processing centers,
that
and they're gonna
means
overload the
that means it's not
infrastructure.
gonna be a need for your laptop or the phone.
Right. So we're gonna need some kind of physical. You know, they say physical media is coming back because people are really concerned about the infrastructure and the power grid going out because of the fact that we have so much on it, and it's not being updated. It's
Go
not
back
being
and
rebuilt.
draw on each other.
But I'm just saying though, we're so conditioned to think that they can just go to the internet and upload.
Yeah, I know.
the-
And they take that away.
Right.
Hey, it'll
And
be like old school, old time sake to me.
right.
Shit.
Prime 237 says, "What's up, Prime? Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Back to the vinyl and CDs. Exactly.
We got that. We got the vinyl.
Right.
We got a record
that
player.
physical media is definitely a comeback, but it's definitely something that
What about back to the 8-track? We ain't going that far back.
man, I should take the 8 tracks apart.
Damn.
And you know the 8 track has a little spool inside. You take the 8 track apart, you put the spool on a reel to reel, and you could play the 8 track through the reel to reel.
So you pretty much made a dad out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all right. Damn.
Cassette tape, that's right, Prime. What's going on, brother? The cassette tapes, all that physical media is making a comeback. I believe that, and I had a
So-
video about it a couple of days ago that I posted asking do DJs, because I'm a DJ, of course, do DJs even use physical media anymore? But with the advent of streaming services and stuff, a lot of DJs just don't even download or save their music to a physical unit anymore. They just stream it from the cloud now.
So how you think these conditioned youngsters gonna be with this old school stuff?
Oh, they
coming back?
yeah, conditioned DJs now, younger DJs and all that, they are not with
They're gonna have to learn how to do all that.
right. A lot of them don't even know what the phono means on their on. I'm not kidding you. Some of them don't even know what the phono means on their controller or on their mixer. They don't know what the phono part is because they're so used to hooking it up to CDJs and stuff like that. They don't know what the phono is. They don't know that the phono is just phonographic, and which is short for vinyl. They don't
Yeah.
know it. But that's just
Okay.
how things get. You get conditioned not to know these things.
Well, hey, I mean, see, that's the thing. It hasn't been introduced to them.
Prime says that's as far back. Slick says they want hard copies like Blu-rays. Prime 237 says they're gonna be lost, and I'm glad they don't know music.
Oh yeah, they don't know how to make it. You can go get an instrument if that's the case.
Slick says there are pics of old podcasts, current podcasts, and all people we have had on our show. Like those books right there.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I
those
saw
are
that. I saw
physical
that.
media.
You
that
got something
Slick
with me
publishes.
back when I was
First
doing
here.
it with
Yeah.
with Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, those are physical media, which nobody ever touches, by the way. Nobody ever looks at them. But Slick
I seen 'em.
takes months to get that stuff together and publish them.
Oh.
Yeah, but those are memories you can look back on
Yeah.
and be like, oh man, like y'all had such and such here. We've had so many people here. It's hard to keep up.
And And you sign the
Right,
banners and stuff.
right.
And
All
I'm
the
sure when
banners
you
are
take them
signed.
down, you keep them somewhere, don't you?
Right.
You don't
yeah.
throw them away.
No, we don't throw them
Okay,
away.
I figured that.
Yeah, we don't throw them away. But
Figured
yeah,
that.
I mean that's just like that type of thing right there. We got to stop being conditioned to just rely on computers and all that stuff. Because like I said, what if the grid goes down? Then what we have, we'll be in trouble.
And see, I remember I see my daughter's signature up there.
Right, right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Right up them mine. That big ass dose stuff.
Prime 237, he says, yes, he prints all his photos from his phone and placed them in photo albums. So it's a few people still doing photo albums. Those.
But so, hey, I like that though. That's what I was saying. Things that you can do to just not necessarily be conditioned. You know what I'm saying? It's like we would call it kind of like getting out the matrix for a second, or
Right.
something like that, man.
Right.
I mean, it ain't like you're gonna be able to break free of everything, but you don't have to do everything that would be
They
considered
conditioning
of
you to do.
normalcy that's been conditioned into you. Yeah.
Right.
Like you say, if you want to eat a pancake right now, you don't have to just, I gotta wait till
That's
breakfast time to eat
breakfast.
pancake. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like you're gonna turn into a gremlin or something.
Right.
If you don't, man, it's funny because kids used to think like that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, I can't eat this. 'Cause
Right.
it's not breakfast time. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just that conditioning that you've been
Right.
programmed with. You know what I'm
And Slick
saying?
makes a good point. She says her son has passed away, and she got pics of him to show his kids. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Very good thing.
Yeah, I mean, memories. That's all I can say.
Prime 237 says, I keep saying that all the time. When dumbass decides to flip the switch, we got to be ready, like the movie, The Book of Eli with Denzel. I agree. We've got to be ready.
Well,
But we conditioned not to be. We conditioned. We talked about this earlier in the show.
I think. What if they don't want you to be ready?
That's
What if it's
that's
so
it.
spontaneous that you can't be ready, no matter what? Like it's like everybody saying ready. Like what? Ready?
What we gonna prepare?
What you gonna do? You gonna have the fallout shelter. You gonna have enough
Beans.
food, yeah, and then you got the acres. I don't know how many acres of land, so you can grow things, man. Like it's not going to be like what you see in the movies. Probably worse.
I think it's gonna be worse too.
Or if it is like what you see in the movies, that is worse because that's exaggerated. You see what I'm saying? And then my thing is, okay, you look at it like it's literally been tsunami waves going on, right? You know what I'm saying? Within the past few weeks or so, and you think you want to? Was you prepared for that?
No,
Okay,
but
that's what I'm saying. You want to swim in that? How you gonna maneuver in that?
so
What you do
yeah,
when
like
that
Mad
happen?
Max, niggas fighting for everything.
What you do when that happens?
Right.
I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know what
I
to
don't
do
know
when
what to do
it's
either.
not-
I wouldn't know
Okay.
what to do either.
Okay, what would you know what to do right now if the earthquake just started cracking right now? And
Run. That's my first
Shit,
instinct.
we already in the basement, so I just feel like we're down. I mean,
We're in a secret location. We're in the bunker.
yeah. I mean, so I'm like, if we go up top, oh yeah, I would damn near want to get up out of here so one don't come
Come
down on
down.
me.
Yeah.
But still, you ain't really prepared for that right now. Okay,
Right.
you got all the food you need for whatever if we would stuff down there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, now there are some people out there, some fanatics that ain't conditioned. Hey man, you probably be surprised at what they got. But they've been living like that all their life. And somebody probably been thinking they weird all their life.
They've been living off the grid.
Off the land and
Right.
all that.
Not
all
tapped
their
into
life,
the war.
man.
They've been conditioned
I ain't
to
did nothing short of what a Boy Scout can do.
Right.
Man, shit, me if I gotta do like this or bang some rocks together to get some fire.
Right.
What I will have is a couple of big lighters though. Fuck that. Maybe and a little bit of that lighter fluid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even some charcoal with me or something. But hey, and that's the thing. Like it ain't like you're gonna be able to have your cell phone to be able to look at the person that's out there in the wild to figure it out. You can't YouTube the wild in the wild.
Right.
Because at some point, your phone going to give out. Right. And even you can have your phone. That shit ain't going to hit. What you going to do? The phone ain't going to fish for you. The phone ain't going to go get the food for you or whatever it is you need. But we conditioned for this. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I just be like, sometimes you got to.
Sometimes you gotta go off instinct.
and play it how it play out.
Right. Play it by
Like,
ear.
I mean, survival of the fit, survive,
It comes to the
adapt
point
as you
where
go.
We walking through the forest and I'm starving and I gotta figure out. I gotta eat your thigh. Then we gonna have to fight it down.
But not
So
only
I
that,
just play-
what if there comes a situation where you thought you had it all thought out?
Right.
You had a bunker with everything in it, and something happens to the
The
bunker,
bunker, right.
or you get separated from it. Now
Right.
what?
Or like you said, an earthquake happens and the bunker falls into the Earth's core.
Or you get injured trying to get something to get back to the bunker and can't make it back.
Mm-hmm.
What you do then?
Right.
So, hey man, like I say, and we touched on that a little bit the other day with the when people just all of a sudden do some surprise negative violent stuff and decide that they want to start using projectiles at people and stuff like that. Well, you do have contingencies in place. You have strategies and all of that. But nobody is waiting on that to happen.
Right.
Nobody knows the day or the time, and they be like, you know what? I gotta hurry up and eat these tacos because I'm waiting on this to happen. Nah, so gotta be understand. Like, you really conditioned to go through life like not expecting these things. So, man, see, I think my daughter might be watching me.
Right.
And I know she gotta be watching me.
Right.
I know she's savage, man. Like, if she not watching me, she damn near psychic.
Right.
But she just sent me this particular message because I could see it.
Uh-huh.
And it make me want, it's funny, obviously, because I'm trying to hold in my lap.
Okay.
So when I get off this episode, man, she crazy. That's all I'm saying. And it's something I'm definitely not gonna share.
Okay.
She's funny as hell, and she done called me something. That's all I can say.
Okay.
One of them secret names and shit. And so I'm like, man, look here. But yeah, back to the conditioning part, man. I do want to be one of them people that's kind of prepared, but then I realized, when I be telling you, sometimes you just got to throw caution to the wind. Because why do you want to prepare for the inevitable when you shouldn't even have the inevitable happening for you?
Well, but like you just said earlier, though, you don't know when or where it's gonna happen. It might happen,
Or
nothing could happen. But you want to.
what you banking it on?
I'm always preparing for the worst, hoping for the best.
Oh, well, then we talk about that hope.
Yeah, well, I'm more praying for the best.
Hey,
Hope is not a plan,
but
right?
okay, so here's the thing. You said you preparing for the worst?
Prepare for the worst.
Prepare for it, right?
Pray for the best.
So every day you preparing?
Yes.
Mentally or physically?
Mentally.
Financially?
Mentally.
Tool wise?
Tool wise.
Okay.
I haven't
All
got
right.
to the food wise yet, but that's coming too. But
Do you know
mentally,
how to preserve the food that you are going to get?
Oh yeah.
All
Pickle
right,
it
so-
too.
Huh?
Pickle it too.
Oh, not the pickle. Jump. See, not pickling.
Yeah.
Oh, jump. Pickling it. Are you going to, hold on. Pickling, you going to jerk anything? Or you going to, what they do, damn, I do dry out. Yeah, jerky.
Dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I haven't learned the drying process just yet, but I know you could dry flowers and broccoli and stuff
What you
like
pickle with? Cider?
Vinegar.
Like vinegar,
that. Yeah.
Mainly, or anything else?
No, just vinegar mainly. Usually, it's more sweeter vinegar. Like, say, we've been trying rice wine vinegar recently.
Man. Rice wine vinegar? Man, you over here making drinks?
No, it's not for drinking.
Oh,
you can drink
I'm
it if
finna
you want
say,
to.
hey, no, boy, hey.
Just know that you need to allow yourself a couple of days for toilet
You
toilet
said
duty.
rice wine, though. I'm like,
Yeah, see,
damn.
it sounds like you could drink it. You're not supposed to drink
Plum
that.
wine, though.
Huh?
Plum wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
We condition ourselves to prepare ourselves for certain things because we watch certain TV shows and we want to know what happens if something else, like lighting fires and stuff like that. We know how to do all that stuff. Sticks
But
and
see,
bow drills with fire and all that. We prepare
Wouldn't
ourselves
you
and we
say
condition ourselves to
they're
know how to do it.
conditioning you to prepare for the inevitable sometimes with all these movies and propagandas?
Most
because,
definitely.
all right, yeah, exactly. But see, this is the thing, right? If they hadn't put that out there, you wouldn't be thinking about that. Like, think about everyday life, you wouldn't be thinking about
Zombie apocalypse.
Exactly.
Right.
A nuclear this or that. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Seriously.
But
That's been conditioned in our head and
That's
put
true.
in our mind.
You are
Because
very
that's
true.
not only thing you would be thinking about is a hurricane, a tornado.
I would still think
a
about
earthquake.
nuclear stuff because nuclear is a very. Now I wouldn't think about zombie stuff.
But here's the thing: the nuclear only, but man made that.
Yeah,
See, okay,
But it's a
but you could
but
be
it's still
thinking
a
about comets hitting, maybe something falling from space.
Right.
But nuclear is what we done created. We
but it's
split
still
the
you still
atom.
can have a fallout from it.
Yeah,
Think of
clearly.
Chernobyl.
Yeah, clearly.
Right.
But my thing is, it's because of something we created. If you took that out the way,
Okay.
you see what I'm
Then
saying?
you all have all natural disasters that you have to worry about. Comet is still a natural
Exactly.
disaster.
But you're not conditioned to worry about that.
no,
See?
I am.
Well, they didn't condition you unless we
I think
conditioned.
people in certain areas where certain things happen are conditioned.
Oh yeah,
Like
but that's because
Oklahoma
they
conditioned-
lived it.
Conditioned for tornadoes because that's where tornadoes come
But
from.
I mean, but the government ain't unleashed the tornadoes on them or nothing
right.
that we know of. So
Allegedly.
with that being said, but with that being said though, yeah, they're conditioned because they experienced it. Just like people in Michigan be conditioned for snowstorms and stuff like that. We not necessarily conditioned for the snowstorms down
Right.
here,
Right.
but that's nature, so that's understood. But you can kind of prepare for some of the nature's events, but some of them you can't
If
prepare
you go
for.
through it all over and over and where you condition to it,
Yeah.
you learn how to adapt to it.
Yeah,
The reason why we don't have that down here in Georgia is because we don't have that type of snow. But in Chicago, where I'm from, they have that type of snow, so they're conditioned to it. That's why they can drive in it just fine. They can get around in it just great. You know, they know how to maneuver through it because they go through it every winter. They're conditioned to know how to go through it. We don't have that here. That's not something we deal with on a regular basis in Georgia.
so I think because in a nutshell,
Miss Warbucks, we talking about conditioning. Miss Warbucks one, we talking about conditioning. How we're conditioned to do and see and say certain things. We probably about to wind it down though, but we appreciate you tuning in. It's definitely about conditioning. You can rewatch this episode on YouTube, Misfits Media Group, Misfits Radio and TV on YouTube, on Facebook, on Dosed Up on Facebook, Instagram, all that. But yeah, we're talking about conditioning today. Appreciate you watching.
I think media wise, the conditioning and the reward, like we said, were like the entertainment, but the wealth. Those that seek pretty much, I would say, like I say, wealth over like the enlightenment. It's easier to condition you through all of these methods, either through positive, negative reinforcement, whatever. The one when you get to the strategic methodology of it, was what I was saying, and the clinical researches behind it and things like that. That's when you understand how you can actually curb the behavior because you're actually introducing the stimuli. But we all have something that stimulates us or something that we desire or something that we want out there. Now, are we letting, like I say, outside sources condition us into how we live our lives or how we go about getting some of these things? And like we say, a lot of us are. You know what I'm saying? So far, I'm one of them that's working, you know what I'm saying, I guess till I get ready to retire. But maybe we change this condition though, Lab. Maybe we just never retire. We just continuously grind. But we don't call it working.
But we change.
We just don't work for nobody else no more. We transition into supporting ourselves financially.
Right. I was gonna say maybe we change we change what we're doing and condition ourselves to work differently.
Yeah, because that's one thing that we necessarily didn't touch on, but a lot of us are conditioned to take the traditional route of just working rather than being an entrepreneur or rather just investing. We're conditioned to, oh man, as long as I got this 9 to 5, I'm safe, rather than take the risk of having your freedom to do something else that you like to do.
That's why people didn't see this because it wasn't a traditional route. That's why people didn't see the influencer part coming along. They didn't.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't a traditional route to
Well,
riches. Nobody
no.
thought a person talking on a microphone and showing you their life 24 hours a day could make millions of dollars. But here we are.
Usually,
Now everybody wants to do it.
We call those motivational speakers, and they were usually successful at something else and had money, and they were just coming to motivate you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Saying what you can do in life based off of maybe their journey. But now, we got influencers out here that'll jump in the trash can and influence you to do it. So don't be conditioned by that. All right.
We know you were new, Miss Warbucks. We still appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
New or otherwise, we appreciate you watching us. We thank you for watching us because you could be doing anything else. You could be doing anything else. So we appreciate you always. Even if you come in for 5 minutes, we appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Hey, Furious, by the way, you definitely are part of the new beginning that's about to start happening when my birthday come next month. So when I hop off this, I'm definitely going to get at you and get back at things because we about to do this acting thing and turn it up some. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in on this Monday. Dosed Up. We'll be back next week. I'm out.
Yeah. Grams leaders CC's, pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dose up, cut this up, post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the moving, make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates for them folk that can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that death, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly to your veins. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch a close up, close up, close up. How close up, grams of it, tune in, leaders of it, close up, pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, leaders up, pounds, get your dosed up.